Hello everyone, Dan Hurd with Dan Hurd Prospecting here. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. I hope to earn your subscription today. I am continuing with my evaluation of all of the different types of fancy production pans out there. Today's video is all about the Pyramid Pan Pro. The Pyramid Pan. And how well it works, where its limitations are, what it's good for, and all that kind of information, so that you can make a determination whether you would want to buy one of these pans or not. Hope you enjoy. Now this is a production pan. It's meant for speed of reducing raw material down to concentrates. It can be found at fossikers.com for sale, as well as most gold panning supplies. It's designed to be a big funnel with riffles here to catch the gold so it doesn't get out and to break up clay material. The manufacturer of this, when I told him what I was doing, said, please talk about how well this breaks up clay, that this doesn't really shine unless you put it into clay material. Now, I don't have clay material here to show you, but I do want to stress the fact that the manufacturer said that that is the place where this pan really shines. What I have today is a half bucket of material that I use for my pay dirt bags before it's all salted. This is just the raw material I start with. And I'm going to see how long it takes to process through this Pyramid Pan Pro. And I also have a catch basin in the bottom here that is going to catch all my tailings, which I'll pan through with my Garrett Super Sluice and see if it lost anything that the Super Sluice can catch. And while I'm doing that, I'm just going to evaluate the general usefulness, the practical aspects of this pan. Let's get to it. Now I just want to show you the construction here. All aluminum tubing, wing nuts holding it all in place, nice rivets holding all the stainless steel riffles in place, a nice solid ABS plastic here. And in the bottom here, the way this works is that after you've processed all the material that you want to process, it just keeps concentrating more and more and more, keeping all of the good stuff in the little bin at the bottom. And then when you're done, you loosen off this wing nut and it falls out the bottom into your finishing pan, whatever that might be. There is the idea about the Pyramid Pan Pro. Let's fill it up and get going. Now let's look at the material I'll be using in this test. This is classified down to quarter minus with the odd half-inch rock in it to help with stratification. The material this was taken from is about 90% over quarter inch. So this represents about 10% of the general river run gravels, meaning that we have about a 10-to-1 reduction by using classified material. We get about 10 times more pay dirt in every pan. This is some of the most difficult material imaginable for recovering the gold. The gold is extremely flat, extremely fine, and very, very hard to recover from very heavy sands. I would not expect any pan to do better than about a 90% capture rate in this material if you were going fast. If you decide to go slow, yes, you could get a lot more. A lot of examples from manufacturers who are trying to show off how fast or good their pans are use material that looks like this, like a pea gravel. Very washed, very loose, very easy for gold to settle in. Gold does not settle well through this muddy material. But this kind of loose stuff, it settles really fast in. So if you're watching a manufacturer's demo of a pan, really look at what the material is that they're using, because a little bit of gold sprinkled into that will fall to the bottom in 2 seconds. I'm not here to show off and sell pans and make them look better than they are, so I'm actually using the most difficult stuff I can imagine, so it accentuates the losses and can give a really good comparison between the pans. One manufacturer even uses a pan full of fist-sized rocks with gold sprinkled in it, trying to say that his pan is so fast because he can recover the gold out of big boulders like this in seconds. Of course, my Garrett Super Sluice can do that. I even have a video there of me recovering 100% of the gold in a Garrett Super Sluice in 10 seconds from a very full pan. If you want to create a situation that is ideal, of course, you can make any pan look like it is magic. There may be people out there with ideal deposits with easy gold to recover, but the majority of us are digging stuff like that, which is muddy, clay, very difficult, with extremely difficult gold to recover. That is what the vast majority of people have to deal with, not the easy gold that basically falls into your pocket. And as with all the pans in my review here, I'm going to time myself of how long it takes me to go through this amount of material, and starting right from loading the pan. So let's just get everything ready so there's nothing interfering with me. We got my stopwatch ready to go here. And we've started. Never mind, we've stopped. Okay, there we go. I'll take a couple seconds off for that. I've pre-wetted this material, so I don't have to worry about wetting it when I get into the water. There we go, got everything moving. Didn't want to get it all loose to stratify there. Okay. Still tied up in the bottom here for some reason. There we go, got everything moving nicely. Okay, now I seem to have it all sort of stratified. I know the good stuff's in the bottom. At this point, I'm going to put more material in. I can already tell it's kind of awkward holding it upright as you're filling it. Okay, more material, more material. Oh, that's hard the back. Okay, and the remainder of the bucket. Isn't this fun? Okay, and I would say, because it's a production pan and we don't have to go down to really nitty-gritty cons, I would be fine with taking that much material there back to clean up. So I'm gonna say done. Five minutes, almost exactly. 4:57. Let's show you how this goes into your cleanup pan now. Oops. We would take the wing nut off at the bottom, work out the plug, and wash all the material down into the pan. Off the plug to make sure there's nothing stuck in it. Put the plug back in and it's ready to go again. Now where I stopped, I could have taken it down more, but as I said, for a production pan, you're not really that worried about how many cons you're taking. You should have some sort of machine or process to clean up the cons at home. So there we are there. We have probably 2 cups of material left over from that. And I assume with the pyramid pan, we could do a lot more than 1/2 bucket before we have to clean it out. Now before I pan this down to see how much gold I found, I want to get out my safety tub, get it out of here so that we can see how many losses the pyramid pan had, not how many losses my Garrett pan has. So at this point, I'm going to pan this down and see what is in it for gold. I'm going to take my time, so I'm going to cut this part out, and there we go. We are down to cons, only cons, and gold. Let's get that all in one spot to give you a really good picture of it. And there we go. Some nice gold all along there. I'm going to pull out the other camera to show you that gold nicely. You can see it's really fine gold, but there's lots of it there. Lots of it. I am not really concerned about what it captured. Any gold pan can capture gold. I want to know what it lost. What's in that tub there? That will tell the story. So, let's put this aside, and I'm going to pan out that with my Garrett Super Sleuths. Now I'm going to pan out these tailings very carefully in my Garrett Super Sleuths here to let us know what, if anything, the pyramid pan lost. I won't put this on tape. This would be boring. So after extremely careful panning of all of the tailings, the results are surprising. Yes, I counted every last piece. I've got 47 pieces of gold made it through the pyramid pan and ended up in its tailings. That is a significant proportion of what it actually caught. So here's what the pyramid pan captured, and here is what it lost. I would say it lost 1/3 of the gold. So I am shocked with those results, and I'm not happy with those results in that I'm wondering if my bad technique, because I don't know how to use this pan, was losing lots of gold. So I definitely welcome the creator of this pan. If you want to come and do one of these reviews with me, you're probably the best expert out there on how to use it. I welcome you to come and we'll redo this video with you at the helm of the pan. because as a novice with this pan, which a lot of people would be when they bought one, that capture rate sucked. So some conclusions about this pan, some things that I like and I don't like. The handles make it very comfortable to use. I really like those handles, it makes it easy. The fact that it stores its cons and you can empty out the bottom rather than having to try to tip the pan, I like that as well. The shape of it, I don't really like, in that you can't set it down flat. When you set it down on a flat ground, it tips over. And then trying to shovel into it tipped, a lot of the material was falling out or not getting in. It holds a nice amount. It holds about the same amount as sort of 2/3 of a pan, which is a good sized pan of the Garrett, one of those. So it holds an okay amount. It's not great, but it holds an okay amount. It was easy to use. For a novice using it, its capture rate was terrible. Losing 1/3 of your gold, 33% of your gold, there were 47 pieces of gold that made it over the edge of this. I don't think that's a great capture rate. Possibly that's because I don't know how to use it properly. It is very well constructed, extremely well constructed. It's not a cheap pan, and for half a bucket of material, it took me about 5 minutes to go through. So there are all the statistics, all the facts that I came up with using this for my first time. I am not going to make a conclusion until my last video of this series where I do the conclusions of all the different types of pans. But with those things in mind, hopefully you can decide yourself if you want to spend the money on a Pyramid Pro pan. Of course, this was just the first video of my series of testing all these production pans. Maybe by the end I'll find their capture rates are all very similar. I don't know. For now, capture rate of Pyramid Pro pan, about 66%, 2/3. For me, a first-time user of the pan. Let's look at the phrases for a minute. If you have any experience with the Pyramid pan, please, please, please leave me a comment below telling me what your experiences are, because I can't believe what I found today is indicative of that pan. There must be something I'm missing or doing wrong, because that has to be a better pan than that. So please leave a comment below telling me your experiences with the Pyramid pan. I hope you enjoyed watching this review of the Pyramid pan. If you do, please give me that thumbs up and leave a comment below. Big thanks to my patrons out there for your support. And as always, thanks so much for watching. I hope I earn subscriptions for those who aren't already subscribed. Until the next one, everyone. Bye.